Hi, my name is Richie Salmon, and I'd be lying if I told you exactly when I fell in love with my beautiful wife Donna, but I do know that one of the happiest moments of my life in doing so. So here's my story about our story. My family moved to Glendale in 1960, and that's where I first met Donna in first grade in grammar school. Uh, Not a lot of interaction throughout the years, but our families were good friends. Our moms were friends forever. Um, Funny, they were both named Florence. I don't know if that was fitting. That was a popular name when our parents were born, I guess. So, but I always thought it was a cute thing that they were good friends and both named Florence. Silly things like that make, I get a kick out of. Never had a date with Donna growing up. Never had a physical relationship. I always did remember her, and I always thought she was the prettiest girl in our grade. We had 3 grades back then, probably 150 to 200 people, half of them being female, and I always felt she was the prettiest girl. So you ask, how did we get together? Um, Facebook has been around for X amount of years and never was a part of it. But after my first wife had passed away, I received a friend request, matter of fact, from her best friend, Carol. And she friended me. I said, what the heck? Let me join up and see what this thing's all about. A lot of people at work would talk about it, so had nothing really going on, so let's see what's happening. At that point, I saw someone create a page called who went to school in 1968, who graduated in 1968 at St. Pancras, if I'm not mistaken, and just started chatting with people. Girl that was on my block I saw, we were chatting. She asked me how everything was, my family, things like that, updated her. Then I saw Donna's name pop up. And I said, wow, I haven't seen, or heard from you in a hell of a long time. How's everything going with you? And I do remember it was right around Thanksgiving, leading up to Thanksgiving. And we just started chatting, shared stories that, sad stories that we were both widowed. And I guess you would say that's where our story all began. Started chatting, emailing back and forth, texting back and forth off of Facebook, and eventually talking to on the phone. And one day she said, why don't we get together for a cup of coffee? And she was still in Glendale. I was living in Yonkers. And it was a day off, and went down there just to see, old friends. Good to see each other. And we took a walk up to the mini mall in Glendale, up to the Atlas Park Mall, where we took her dog Lulu. Just took a walk. It was two friends getting together after a hell of a long time. We sat down for a while. She wanted to went into Starbucks, I believe, to get a bottle of orange juice. She really didn't feel that well. And we strolled back basically to the house, just chatting, basically reconnecting what we had done throughout the last 40 years. And choice of better words, she basically fainted on her couch. She may say that she, just was dozing off or resting, but she pretty much fainted. So I guess I just overwhelmed her, and she was overwhelmed with getting together, seeing each other after a long period of time. And that was basically it for that day. Said our goodbyes. I did, and I don't know why, and I am telling the truth, I did give her a very big kiss, but it did stop there. I'm normally not like that. I'm normally a very quiet, shy person, but I don't know, something inside of me said go for it, and I did. But that was really all it was at that point. A few days later, I did surprise her and come back to Glendale. It was on a Sunday, which I normally work, but was given the Sunday off. I work in retail. And come and visited, and spent the day together, chatted, still really reconnecting and getting to know each other. I mean, because it had been a long time and a lot of years had transpired. Talked a little about my wife Bernadette, talked about her husband John, talked about, my daughter, my nephews, her kids, and it really was two friends getting together. I did say to her, I really don't know if I want to get into a relationship again. I was devastated by the loss of my wife and really didn't know if I wanted to be in one again. But as time went on, we started seeing each other more often. I would always go home that night, would not stay over. The first night I did stay over, it was a sad day because it was the day that her mom passed away. Her mom passed away in September of that year. And I did stay over that night to try to comfort her. Hopefully I did. And it was a time when she really was very upset and needed, I wouldn't say a shoulder to cry on, but someone, to be there to give her a hug. And that was the first night I did stay over here, and I'll go back home to Yonkers. And things just went on and on. We got to know more and more about each other, and our affection was growing. I won't say love at the time. Like I said, when I started, I don't know when, I fell in love with her. But again, I am so glad that I did fall in love with Donna and intend to spend the rest of my life with her. I did visit my daughter that year for Christmas. And we had some very good conversations while I was gone. Not a conversation, texts back and forth. And even later on, my daughter and her roommate at the time had mentioned to Donna that, they both could see that I was becoming into a relationship with her just by the amount of time texting, seeing smiles on my face as I was texting. And it just grew and grew. We spent wonderful times together and continue to spend wonderful times together. That time going back, I mean, we are I won't say elderly, but we are older people that still feel that we're young. We spent some fun time on the phone in the airport when I was coming back to New York because I was delayed. And even some good conversations in the cab when I was driving back to when I was getting taken back to Yonkers. Love just kept growing and growing and growing. We share a lot of the same interests. We have grown to like each other's interests or get to like each other's interests that we may not have had in the past. Donna's not a big sports person. I am. She tries to, learn as much about it, tries to sit with me and enjoy it. Even though she doesn't understand it, she enjoys being with me to be at these events. And I try to do the same with her. Finally, after many years, I did propose to her, and we did get married last year. We are looking at almost 11 months. It'll be 11 months next week, with 1 year right around the corner. I try to make her happy. I try to surprise her with things. And all in all, we are just two 60-ish people that still feel young. Going back a couple prior years, when we did both celebrate our 60th birthday in 2014, we celebrated by going to Disney World, the happiest place on earth. No kids, no grandkids, just the grandma and grandpa. We just enjoy life together. We want to spend the rest of our life together, and hopefully it's a long, long, long life. And like I said in the beginning, I don't know when I fell in love with Donna, but I am so glad I did. She's the love of my life, and we'll treat her that way until the day I die, she dies, we both die. But I think I can speak about both of us. We love each other dearly. And that's my story. Hopefully you like it. Hopefully we get to see you. Have a good day.